This episode may contain spoilers. A spoiler alert will chime before each spoiler just in case you'd like to skip ahead.
Two brothers. Those guys work hard, but they party even harder. But then one day, a meteor hits their mother's house. And what comes out? Tomatoes with laser guns and dinosaurs. But what's this? When these two brothers are up against it, they know exactly what to do. Welcome to Microsodes.
Welcome to Microsodes.
Hey, back again.
Back again. I'm Ashley.
I'm Bobby.
And we're here to discuss a movie. And what movie is that today?
Well, we're going to be talking about the critically acclaimed and audience highly loved movie, Sinners.
Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
This has been discussed a lot within the past few months since it came out.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of people, both of us know people that have seen it, and it's been a conversation at work and
online, too.
Yeah, we just never got around to seeing it in theaters. When we go over the movie details, I'll be able to tell you where you can watch it. Mm-hmm. But pretty good one.
I agree.
So, let's dive into it.
Those movie details.
All right. So here are the movie details for this week's motion picture, Sinners. Its release date was April 18th, 2025. Genre was action, drama, and horror. Now, once again, there's a bunch of other categories that it goes with, including one that said vampire horror, which I thought was very funny.
Interesting.
You guys said you only wanted 3 genres, so I want to get you what you asked for. But I just thought vampire horror was very funny.
Vampire horror. Reminds me of like Hellboy.
Right. Body horror.
Body horror.
Exactly. As a rating of R,
Okay.
for obvious reasons.
Obvious.
It has a runtime of 2 hours and 17 minutes. The director was Ryan Coogler. Now, this guy is big time in Hollywood right now. He wrote and directed Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
What?
Creed, and he also wrote Creed 3, and Sinners as well.
Wow.
And directed it. So he's big time right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's one of the hottest directors that's out there. So, and when you start looking at all his filmography, you're like, whoa, he's really made a lot of fantastic movies. Mm-hmm. So the platforms that you can watch it on for free currently are HBO Max, YouTube Premium, Hulu Premium, Sling TV Premium, and Amazon Prime Premium. I have to say those because if you don't have the premium version, you're going to have to pay the $5.99. But if you don't have any of those platforms and you wanted to watch it for $5.99, you can watch it on Fandango at home, Apple TV, or Google Play Movies.
Thank you for those movie details. And those are all based on the second week of August in 2025.
Right. Who knows what platforms it might be moving around to or trading off with. So that's just what it is today.
And if you're listening to this in 10 years,
Hopefully,
they might change.
Hopefully.
They might change between
tell
now
our
and
robot overlords we tried our best.
We'll get a comment from that says that.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the movie details.
Nice. I was also thinking, for ratings, maybe we should say like why it's R. I'd say language, sex, and gore.
It's going to be language, nudity, gore, horror, like adult themes.
Yeah, all of the
alcohol abuse. Like
because
that's
some of them
the reason
have nothing to do with sex.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, if it's R, they should know that they shouldn't have their children watch it.
Yeah, this one.
Like I'm not. That's the reason why I said like it makes sense why it was rated R. But I mean that's the some movies that are R, you're like, this should be rated PG. So I don't know. I don't want to get into that because I feel like I already say enough stuff with the movie details.
You did a great job with movie details.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And those were the movie details. And I'll pass it right on over to you.
For Ashley's take?
You know it.
Okay. Now, hello? I will discuss. Okay, it's time for it's time for Ashley's take. So, this week's movie, as you know,
Ashley's take on trailers, right?
This is Ashley's take. It's time It's time for Ashley's take on the trailer for the movie this week, which is Sinners, released in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit shorter than the past two.
The movie or the review?
My trailer.
Oh, right. Got it. Okay.
And just as a disclaimer, this is not the actual movie synopsis.
No, I'll be reading that in just a moment. So what happens is Ashley watches the trailer and then she utilizes what she sees and writes her own trailer about what she thinks the movie is going to be about. And then I'll tell you what IMDb said the movie should be about.
What they actually said.
Yeah. We've got last one with Until Dawn, it got a little dicey.
That was a pretty long one.
Yeah.
The Amateur was pretty long too.
That's pretty good though.
Thank you. I had a great time writing it. Okay. It starts off. You're going to like this reference. If you know it out there, you'll know.
If you know, you know.
Two brothers. Now you have to tell the audience what that's from.
Two brothers. It's an interdimensional commercial for a movie in Rick and Morty. I can't remember the season or the episode, but when they're watching interdimensional cable, a commercial comes on and it's just basically a giant improv skit about what these two brothers are going. I think they like shoot tomato guns or like.
Okay, now you have to do a fake trailer based on them. Like if you had to make a trailer for the people in Two Brothers, for those two brothers, not Sinners, for the show on Rick and Morty.
Two brothers. Those guys work hard, but they party even harder. But then one day, a meteor hits their mother's house. And what comes out? Tomatoes with laser guns and dinosaurs. But what's this? When these two brothers are up against it, they know exactly what to do. They get in their cars and they chase the dinosaurs and the tomatoes away. But what? Hold on. These guys don't even know what's coming next. It's an asteroid and the moon crashing into the earth. What can they do? They're gonna grit their teeth and do what the brothers know how to do best. That's kicking ass and taking names. Two brothers and tomatoes and Jurassic Park animals and two brothers.
Two brothers. That was great.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to end with what they do best, driving their lawn tractors.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Two brothers attend a party filled with music, liquor, and sex. And unknowingly unlock a door between the living and the dead. Before the night ends, bloodthirsty strangers arrive to assert their dominance and punish the ones they deem are sinners. But who are these mysterious people? Who are they to determine what sins others are partaking in? And what makes them think they're entitled to carry out any form of punishment? Is this a story about bloodlust and vampires? Or is it a metaphor for something even more horrific? Real life?
Question mark?
Yeah, question mark. What sins will you uncover? Find out now by watching Sinners, available to stream now on HBO Max.
Well done. Very, very well done. So I always feel like after we read that, I have to follow it up with what they actually write, and it's just so much of a letdown for the audience.
I really got nothing from this trailer. It was all over the place, and I had to create a story in my brain because it just was very vague.
Right.
So I'm interested in
sense.
seeing what the synopsis says.
So here comes the synopsis.
Okay.
Hot off the presses. In April, I guess. Trying to
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. End of synopsis.
That was a good one.
I mean, it's
it still
it's as
doesn't
vague
tell.
as vague as the trailer.
Yeah.
Your trailer was way better.
Well, 'cause
Ashley's takes are like way better.
Well, because I also make up my own story.
Oh yeah,
and
you're
I
like
tell it-
Homer.
Yeah, exactly.
Watches the movie. I can't believe that guy turned out to be a double agent. None of that was in there.
What was
I
it
got
for? It was a
bored.
cult?
Yeah, I got bored somewhere in the middle and just made up my own movie.
Yep.
Okay. How long was the trailer? 2 minutes and 15 seconds. When did you get bored? 30 seconds into it. Oh, okay. The music wasn't enough.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the 90s, so the music really got me out of it. Really took me out of it.
Nice. Well,
On to movie facts.
let's do it.
Would you like to start with movie facts, or should I? I have two.
I tell you what, I've got 3, so why don't I start off and we can go back and forth?
Perfect.
What do you think?
I love it.
Okay. Now, if you choose to watch this movie, one of the things that you'll notice is what's called an aspect ratio. Do you know what that is?
I know what it is, I believe, in photography.
Okay.
Like, so and like images.
Right.
Like a 1x1 would be a square, or 1080 by 1920s, like a iPhone screen.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, there you go. So you nailed it.
Oh,
So the majority of the film is filmed in 2.76 versus 1 ratio. So it's a little bit tighter
okay.
in a lot of the scenes. However, it expanded to 1.43 per 1 ratio to envelop the audience in the scenes that ended up happening that were crazy or were very, very important to the story. So they used it to have a differing gaze or differing view for the audience because they're so tight on things, and then now they're just completely enveloped in the story.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you see the whole movie in the widescreen. It's like you're viewing something like a landscape or something, like
Right.
an overall shot.
Right.
But then when it went to full screen, it was like, oh, we were there with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we noticed it when we were watching the movie, but I didn't realize, I thought it had something to do with storytelling, but I didn't know. So after looking it up, that is one of the facts that they chose to use as kind of a medium to bring the audience in, or then to have them focus on very specific things.
That's so interesting. And I didn't even notice that until you told me while we were watching the movie.
Yeah, it's because when movies look like that, I'm not a huge fan of, I guess, the 2.76 to 1 ratio.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I
No.
want to see the whole thing. And sometimes I'll think there's something wrong with the TV, but it isn't. It's people just film things like that. I want to see everything. I don't want it to be tight like that, but it makes sense in the realm of the storytelling that they were doing.
Yeah. And because if you made it smaller, you'd have to cut off all the stuff on the sides.
Right.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's like you want to use the whole shot, but you can't if you don't have that aspect ratio.
Absolutely. That was my first movie fact.
Oh, okay. So now I went into a little bit more depth into an actor in the movie.
Okay.
So the woman who played Alice, Wunmi Mosaku, and she is a British actress originally from Nigeria.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she had 3 different nominations for her performance in Sinners as Best Supporting Actress.
Okay.
And she also, this is not related to Sinners, but she won 3 awards and has had 17 nominations.
For Academy Awards?
Not
or
Academy Awards, but
just
like the BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and
wow.
Television Arts. She got Best Supporting Actress for a movie in 2017 called Damilola, Our Loved Boy. I don't know what that is. But then another one, British Independent Film Awards in 2021, she got Best Actress for the movie His House, which I
Wow.
think we need to watch again because I didn't understand it the first time. It might be one of those movies where we have to watch it twice.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely, but
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
And then Outstanding Actress in a TV movie / limited series, We Own This City. She got Outstanding Actress in 2022.
Wow, congrats to you. I mean, it's quite a list of accomplishments there.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because I was like, I know we've seen her. And she was also in a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, very well. It's British, so that makes sense.
Oh, that does make sense. She was the lawyer of Joan is Awful. You remember that one where it was about
right.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
where
was
it's
her lawyer.
basically Netflix for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Very cool. Well, good for her. She did an excellent job in this movie.
I thought so too. That's why I looked her up. I was like, I know this woman from somewhere. Not personally, but everyone
Not yet.
knows that.
Maybe you'll interview her one day.
How cool.
That would be pretty sweet. All right. My second movie fact is nice and easy.
Okay.
That's the reason why I said I had 3. So this one, can you guess? I'll give you 2 guesses. It is a food item. The movie name was kept hidden so that way people didn't know what was being filmed. It was called something else to confuse everyone. And it's a food item. And that's what they called it until it was released.
Waffles.
Pretty good guess. That's one guess. I'll give you one more.
Sushi?
Okay. So I'll read the fact as it was put in there so that people didn't know.
Spaghetti.
Well, that's
Meatballs.
No.
Oh.
You already had your guesses. You can't
Okay.
keep guessing. So that people didn't know what the project was, and to keep the filming under wraps, the production company codenamed the movie Grilled Cheese.
What? How cool.
Right. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, so when we see those signs everywhere and it has like a name, it's always like one of the different titles. If you ever see those.
There you go. So there you have it. That's movie fact number 2 from me.
Wow.
What are you serving up over there? You going to make some grilled cheese, maybe some tomato soup?
Okay, now this one is a little bit more in depth.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why I did 2. I only have 2 facts this week.
My next one's pretty in depth as well, so I hear you.
Okay. They consulted. Is this one you did? Okay. They consulted Dr. Yvonne Cairo.
Okay.
She is a professor of religion. She was their consultant in accurately depicting the practice of hoodoo, which is what
Whoa.
Alice was doing in the kitchen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So on Dr. Cairo, I think her name's Cairo, on her website called academichoodoo.com, Hoodoo.
Okay. I was just going to ask, how do you spell it? Because I was thinking Hudu. I don't know why.
Yeah, Hoodoo.
Got it. Okay.
She states that although there's no simple definition of hoodoo,
Okay.
quote, hoodoo has been characterized as a spiritual practice, a healing tradition, an art form, and a style of magic. And now it's kind of viewed as a world way or a way of understanding rather than by just a practice.
Interesting. It doesn't have anything like related to voodoo at all?
So I'm going to tell you.
Oh.
This is very interesting to me. So, okay, I hope it's interesting to you.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. So, well, I mean, there's a lot of pillows behind you. I'm kidding. Sorry, I had to say it. I didn't have to say it, but I did. I apologize.
You're good.
And she said because there isn't a simple definition, it's best to define hoodoo as something more general.
Okay.
So she says, quote, hoodoo is an African American-based tradition that makes use of natural and supernatural elements in order to create and affect change in the human experience. But it's not the same as voodoo, Voodoo, or there's another one called voodoo, but it's Vodou.
Okay.
So I'm going to say voodoo and voodoo 2, so you know the difference.
All right.
So voodoo, double O's, quadruple O's.
Not 007.
007. Double O Voo. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Voodoo developed in Louisiana with West African and Haitian influences, while Voodoo 2 is a Haitian religion blending African, European, and Caribbean traditions. Hoodoo is a folk magic practice, not a religion, and it's rooted in African spiritual beliefs, Native American herbal knowledge, and European folk magic.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so it's more of a practice or like a way of viewing the world, or like
It really just shows that like we're a melting pot.
yes. How cool is that?
That was really, really neat.
Yeah, so it's not a religion. It's not like voodoo.
It's more of like a callback to ancestry, like
Yeah.
all those like the things that you would experience when you were either a kid or your grandparents' parents, like something like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really cool.
Yes. They consulted the professor to make sure that they depicted it as accurately as possible.
That's really cool.
So it was the most true to
It's the most
actual
true
life.
hoodoo representation
in a
that there's
movie.
been.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like when people actually take the time instead of, kind of making things up as they're going along.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think the director that you said, because he also did all the other movies. He did all the Black Panther and Creed, and
Yeah.
those ones I feel like are so, well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot of research on different aspects of it.
And I don't think you've seen any of those movies.
I've seen Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, you saw the first one. That's
I
right.
saw the first one.
Right.
It was phenomenal.
Right. Also Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, because I was going to, and Creed.
Yep.
So I thought, oh, they must go like work in tandem.
Yeah.
But all of the other movies seem to have so much depth that it doesn't surprise me learning that it's the same director in this movie.
Yeah, and I think, I didn't check into this. Maybe you could do it while I'm reading my next movie facts, so that way I don't pause it for forever. But I think Michael B. Jordan was an executive producer on this movie as well.
You know what? I think I saw that in the credits too.
Mm-hmm. And so, I think that he likes to stay very true to cultural traditions and really uplifting kind of stories. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
that's
as
awesome.
accurately as possible, which is great.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That was it. Those are the 2 movie facts I have.
Okay. Well, this is my last movie fact, and it actually goes into almost the whole storytelling portion of this, but it ties perfectly into what Ashley was talking about, and she has no idea what I'm about ready to say.
I have no clue.
So that's really cool. So Smoke and Stack are the name of the 2 brothers. You can see it in the previews. I didn't say anything that's out of line, I think.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So that's the name of the 2 twin brothers that Michael B. Jordan plays. Well, it's actually an homage to a famous blues performer whose name was Howlin' Wolf that had a song called Smoke, Stack, Lightning.
Wow.
That was recorded in 1956, and he went on and he won a bunch of R&B awards. However, Howlin' Wolf had also performed this song in different varieties before actually like putting it together because he was just singing the blues. In the early 1930s, when he was traveling with Charlie Patton in the Delta, also mentioned in the movie. The inspiration for the song came from them sitting outside and watching trains go by, and the smokestacks were creating sparks, so they called it smokestack lightning. And so they used all of that in this movie.
That is incredible. I was also reading another fact now that you mentioned smoke and stack. Mm-hmm. They specifically on the costumes, they made sure that they each had specific, like, Stack, I think, had the red.
I wrote it down here. So Stack was the red and Smoke was the blue.
Yeah, so they're represented by each color. Mm-hmm. And Stack, the one in red, everything was buttoned up. So they made sure his like suit was tailored, everything was perfect because his personality was more like business-like.
Okay.
And the other guy was more relaxed. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though neither one of them felt relaxed, but more relaxed compared to the other one.
Right.
And they specifically put a bigger suit on him to make it look a little bit less polished and less tailored.
Wow.
And they made sure that he wasn't wearing a tie. Isn't that interesting? I didn't even notice that.
That's so cool. I didn't notice that at all, but good for them. I mean, great attention to detail and, just another feather in their cap for this one because it was a fantastic movie.
I agree. Spoiler alert, this was a great movie.
I know that we said that we don't always give out good movies,
but I know
but we've been doing pretty good.
Lately,
there's been some good ones.
Yeah. They're making some really awesome movies.
Yeah.
They didn't do too... You know what? Maybe because of the strike.
Oh, could be. All these things are on backlog.
Yeah, all these people are actually like getting to do things.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, those were our... Wait, what about what was your last one again?
That was the one with Smoke and Stack.
Oh, right. And when you mentioned that, they said in the last scene, it was October 16th, 1992.
Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
And the horror movie The Candyman came out that same day. But I have to warn you, I've never seen Candyman, so I hope I explain this correctly. But basically, the Candyman had a backstory where he was persecuted for having an affair with a white woman. And the Candyman movie became a turning point in the horror movie genre as a whole because it blended traditional horror with the horrors that actually occurred in real life.
Oh, okay.
And so The Last Date paid homage to that movie.
Oh.
I think it was October 16th, 1992.
Very cool. I had no idea.
But you also mentioned that guy. I can't remember what his name is.
Which one?
The singer?
Oh, Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf. And you were watching something while you were looking up your facts.
Yeah.
And you found a video.
I did. If you want to go on to YouTube and look up Howlin' Wolf, you can actually see he was on a British television show, I think in the 1960s, and he sings Smokestack Lightning on that television show. Does an incredible job. It really is. I don't know how they came up with that. I don't know how they figured those kinds of things out, but did an excellent job of a representation of what his sound sounded like in the movie. Yes.
It was very like soulful.
Yeah.
Like gritty and real and soulful. It was like you could feel the music.
Absolutely. He doesn't play the guitar in that one, but it looked like he dropped off his guitar to pick up a harmonica.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what he personally played during that, but it looked like he played the guitar as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That's so interesting.
There you go.
And those are our movie facts for the movie Sinners.
Sinfully sweet.
Sinfully sour. No, I don't know. Sinfully sweet makes more sense.
So we'll see you after the show.
And we're back with our review for Sinners.
Yes, we are. Just as a side note, I caught what Lana Del Rey likes to say is the summertime sadness. So I was very sick this past week.
Yeah.
So if I sound incredibly different, I apologize to all of our listeners out there. We're trying to power through this and make sure that it sounds really great for you guys.
Exactly. So we recorded the first half last weekend, and we were going to record the second half, and then he got sick, and that's why we couldn't. So that's why this one is split in two. We usually record them all in one session, but this one was not.
Yeah, it wasn't feasible at the time.
Correct.
Cool. With that being said, please forgive me in my terrible voice. A is going to be doing a lot of talking throughout this.
Will I?
I hope so.
Perhaps.
Perhaps not. It'll be very silent if not. I guess we're filming this or we're recording this on a Sunday. On Thursday, I had like 103-degree fever.
Yeah.
I think it was 104 outside. And I was inside the house with socks, a sweatshirt, and a blanket on.
Yes.
And Ashley was sweating like crazy.
Oh, it was so hot because we had a heat wave too. It was 96 outside or something?
Yeah, I think it was like 100.
Oh,
Yeah. So that just tells you I wasn't feeling too well.
definitely not.
So, but we didn't want to delay it any longer. So, without any further ado, or ado is what they call it, I suppose. Let's get back into Sinners. We're going to jump right into story, right?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you go first?
Okay. Let me, hold on. I have to open up my iPad.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm scrolling through it. Oh, start here. I wrote a note for myself.
Just in case it's always good when you leave yourself instructions.
Yeah, just in case I forgot what to do.
Like, have you ever done that when you're really drunk and you like did really nice things for your sober self?
Yeah.
The next day, like you're like, oh, just press the button on the microwave and you have like hot pockets in there or something else.
That is very smart. For me, it's like you wake up and your eyelashes aren't stuck to your eyeballs because you actually washed your face and took your makeup off.
Oh yeah.
So that's always like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I've run into that problem a few times myself.
I know all that mascara you wear.
Yeah, that's right. It's called guy liner. Thank you.
I love it. Okay, so for the story, I really enjoyed seeing the different variety of lifestyles and experiences,
Right.
and how that even from different backgrounds, they still were able to like come together and, I don't know, work toward something great. They had a lot of resilience, I guess. What I'm saying, also I should probably say that Sinners is set in the South during the Jim Crow era, and it highlighted discrimination, segregation, and difficulties that Black people had to endure during that time. I wrote that as my first bullet point, and then I didn't read it. I apologize.
That's okay.
Okay.
This is your review.
So basically, I really liked the story. I thought it highlighted a lot of like resilience, where a lot of, I mean, I haven't seen a ton of movies, but I feel like more often than not, the historical portrayal are either slavery or it's like white history.
Okay.
So I liked the historical aspect of it and how it showed the happiness and resilience that they still had even through those tough times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I liked it.
Awesome. I'm kind of on the same page, but in a little bit of a different way.
Okay.
So I thought it was a totally original concept. I hadn't seen something like that. Usually when I think about vampires or something.
Oh,
along
right.
those
There's
lines.
vampires too.
Yeah. I would think of like Bram Stoker's Dracula or Interview with a Vampire or, Dracula Untold is a pretty recent one. But this had something different to go with it. So as I dove a little bit deeper into what the kind of the meanings were, it was not necessarily that the vampires were vampires, and I saw it from a totally different perspective. So the way that they wrote it was supposed to be that the vampires were like culturally appropriating the people that were there. They were stealing their religious identity. They were stealing all this stuff from them. I actually saw it as that both sets of people were kind of outsiders. Mm-hmm. Because the people that come in, the vampires that come in, the music that they were singing sounded Irish to me.
Right.
And so I thought it was almost at the same time. You had the Irish came over because of the potato famine.
Right.
And so they were almost treated the same way. And in some of the scenes, that's what the main leader of this other, I guess, band of people was talking to Smoke and Stack about.
Right. And we looked that up.
Yeah. I mean, we looked up Smoke and Stack and...
No, we looked up about the Irish. The
Right.
Irish people settling here.
Right. And so I thought that even though that wasn't necessarily where, I guess, the way that they wrote the story, where they wanted to go, that's what I took away from it. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's really cool that you can watch a singular movie, have an original concept, and have other people come up with different things that they see as they're going along the way.
Right. And throughout, you mentioned the music. It's kind of like music really brings everyone together, and there's parts of different music that we use now and we used in the past and from different cultures that really like blend together. And I guess because they had a scene where they were dancing with a ton of different music of the time, and
Right.
then it like showed a DJ, and then it showed people on electric guitars. So it kind of, I don't know, showed the web of music that comes together that everyone from every aspect of life kind of puts
Yeah, it fuses together.
together. Yeah, like the past and the present and stuff.
I agree. Or you could just watch this as an action
Horror.
movie. And you could see it that way if you chose to.
Yeah.
So I like that the story was original in that way. You could take away from it what you wanted.
Yeah. It was kind of like they plugged into AI. Oh, we want to make this historical movie, but we want it to also be something that people are going to want to watch.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, yes. Okay, let's make the horrors of history, but also add vampires.
Right.
And it was like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And they're unique.
I think so.
I mean, I also thought the acting was phenomenal.
Right. I agree with you.
Oh, let me go back to my notes. I think all the actors seemed to embody their characters, and each character had a very distinct backstory that seemed to stay connected from the beginning to the end. And Michael B. Jordan's characters reminded me of Robert Pattinson and Mickey 17 because they both had very different personalities from one another.
Right.
However, I think Michael B. Jordan's were more similar. They were more like different nuance, like subtly different.
Yeah.
Like different in the nuances of their body language and speech, but Robert Pattinson's were very different.
Yeah, I think because they were just making a different copy of the same person.
Right.
And those were supposed to be, basically identical twins.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, when they were in the car and they picked up Delta Slim, it's Delroy Lindo. You mentioned he was in something that was very popular.
Yeah, a while back.
Anyway.
I brought it up earlier. I mean, you'll be able to hear it.
Yeah. Okay, so I noticed that, or I read that when they were all in the car on their way to the juke party. Delta Slim's well, I really love Delta Slim's monologue, but at the end of the monologue, when he started humming, apparently that was all improv, and they liked it so much they kept it in the movie.
That's pretty sweet.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
he just like
absolutely.
immediately started humming after.
Very cool.
I would have thought it was part of the movie, but it wasn't.
Good for him.
I mean, it technically was because it is now, but it wasn't originally
written.
part of it.
It wasn't written into the movie, right?
Exactly.
No, that's a really cool fact. I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I read it.
There you go. Yeah, I thought that Michael B. Jordan did a really good job. It kind of reminded me of Tom Hardy in Legend because he plays both of the Cray twins, who were real life twins in Great Britain, and he has to play two totally different characters. Mm-hmm. But those guys were both identical twins too. I think it was Reggie and I can't remember what the other one's name was. But that's what Michael B. Jordan's acting reminded me of. And I thought he did a really, really good job with that. Mm-hmm. There was some hits and misses. I don't know if I was a huge fan of Haley Steinfeld.
You know, I felt the same way. I mean, she's fine. I thought she was a singer. Well, I guess maybe she's a singer, actress, whatever.
Right.
But I don't remember seeing her in anything. Have you seen her in anything?
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Okay, well, I don't remember. But it just felt odd to me. Like, her character was fine. It wasn't overly amazing, but it wasn't bad. It was believable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like her character didn't match the other characters there. And it wasn't because she's white.
No, I don't think it
But
had
it
anything
was-
to do with that because there was a bunch of different people that were throughout that movie that were different, ages, races, skin colors, cultural identities. Had nothing to do with that. I don't know.
It's like her personality wasn't, like there wasn't as thorough of a backstory for her.
Yeah, it just didn't fit for me. I don't
Yeah.
know. I would say for the most part, the acting was pretty good. Hers was just a little bit distracting for me. And I would say everybody else is just pretty well cast and pretty well acted.
I agree.
Yeah.
So for writing, I really liked the story overall. I'm going back to story for a second. I mean, just in this one sentence.
Sure.
But I think the writing was a little slow at the beginning. I really enjoyed seeing, I keep saying really, I enjoyed seeing the backstory and where everyone came from. But I think each scene was a little long. It just felt like it kind of dragged on just the first half.
Yeah,
So
I can
feel
see
like
that.
if the writing was a little tighter, like took out some of the pause. I mean, obviously you need pauses,
Mm-hmm.
but like a couple of the filler, I can't even think of anything because I haven't read the script, but if they just made it a little shorter, just the first half.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. Is that all you had to say? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I said there's just such a long background. I did enjoy seeing the different experiences and the different like physical locations these people were at and the mindset, but it just went on too long for me. It felt like a drama at the beginning and it wasn't a horror movie until the end, which I mean, I guess that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I disagree with you about the backstories.
Okay.
The reason why is because I still have no idea where Smoke and Stack came from. They said that they were German. They were in the army, and then they were in Germany, and then they worked for the mob. And
Yeah.
then there was a bunch of other stuff but they never showed anything like that.
That is true.
And so I was just kind of like, I don't get this.
Yeah, it's like they made such long and evolved backstories for every other character they picked up along the way or they met along the way. But then the two main characters, you really didn't know anything about it. And the other third kid, the guy
Yeah.
at the very beginning of the movie, we still don't know anything about him.
Right.
So why is the backstory so long when we don't even know about the three main characters' backstories?
Yeah, so that part I was like, they kind of missed a really good opportunity. I think they wanted it to be just a little bit more open, so that way the audience could take from it what they wanted to and kind of create their own backstories. But I would have liked to hear more about them
Yeah, me
than
too.
the other like kind of sideways characters.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think I did like seeing the physical locations of the people they met, though. I really liked seeing like the environment that they came from.
Yeah.
I just wish each scene was shorter.
I agree, but there's just a bunch of like plot holes that they never came back to. Just as an example, I don't think this gives anything away, but
But if it does, we can include it in our extended spoiler edition.
Okay. But the very first people that they run into, that the vampire turns, they're being chased by someone else. And yet they never talk about those people ever again. You never see them ever again. You never nothing ever happens.
Are you
with
talking about the Native Americans?
Yes.
Yes. I thought about them too. I'm like, why didn't we ever see them again?
We never saw them again.
Never.
They just off they went.
Yeah, I really wanted to know more about their backstory. I guess they're just like, I guess we got to go to the reservation again.
Yeah, well, they were worried about being out at night, which made sense because as you saw, as everything was going on, like it was a bad place to be outside at night.
Oh, okay.
Because if you were outside, remember they kept asking to go into that. You have to get permission to go in, but if you were out in the open, then you were fair game.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So that's why that's why one of them said to the other one, like, the sun's going down, it's going to get dangerous, we need to leave.
Yeah,
So the guy just took off.
that makes sense.
But that was just an open-ended plot hole. Like, why were they chasing this guy? What happened with them? Is there a story behind that?
Right.
Because I thought that would be pretty interesting if they had shown up to be backup,
Yeah.
but they never went back to it.
No.
So I gave the writing a little bit of a bump just because of the historical accurateness and the stuff that they brought in that I brought up in the movie facts earlier.
Right.
But there was also those things that I just talked about, and then throwaway lines like, you're drooling.
It's a spoiler alert.
The following content may contain spoilers. To skip, please fast forward 40 seconds. From the end of this announcement, a follow-up chime will confirm when it's safe to continue listening spoiler-free.
You're drooling. Do you want some? I was like,
I
this
don't
is-
remember that.
Yeah,
And
it's-
this can be in the extended, so you can tell
that was
me.
when Haley Steinfeld first was having sex with the other brother that she wasn't supposed to be having sex with.
Oh, right.
And she was drooling because she wanted to turn him and drink his blood.
Oh, okay.
And he said, you're drooling. And she was like, oh, you want some?
Ew.
And then he said, sure. And then she put her fingers in her mouth and then gave it to him. And I was like, what a weird line to
Yeah.
have. What a weird line to
Yeah.
have. Like, it was just strange.
Yeah, there's a lot of strangeness.
So that part, I was like, it was kind of hit or miss.
I think that's why the trailer also was very vague, because the entire movie was all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, there's a historical backstory, or there's a historical aspect of it, and then there's people dancing, and then there's music going from the past to the present, and
Right.
then there's vampires, and then there's like people turning and getting into fights, and it's just like there's so much going on that
Yeah.
I don't even know how I would the only reason they could classify it as horror is because there were vampires. They didn't have vampires. What? Historical drama?
I would say action drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I had for writing and dialogue. Mm-hmm. Do you want to jump into direction and visuals?
Sure. So for direction and visuals, I think there was a scene in the middle. No, I guess towards the maybe 2/3 in, where they had all the music from past and present.
Right.
And there's a lot going on. And in different reviews that I read online, it just seemed like everyone was so amazed by that scene. And to me, it just felt overwhelming. I don't know why. Everyone was talking up that scene so much. Oh, wow. Like giving it so much kudos. I can't believe it. I would watch that scene over and over again. And I get it, but I guess it just felt overwhelming to me. Is that weird?
No, I don't think so. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I think I could totally see why, especially the first time that you watch it, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that you're saying anything that's crazy.
Yeah. And so
It's a spoiler alert.
To skip, please fast forward 30 seconds from the end of this announcement.
in that scene, it's like they're dancing in the normal farmhouse or barn, wherever they are. And then all of a sudden you start seeing instruments that are electric or a DJ or whatever. And then by the end, everyone kind of looks like they're on drugs. And then the whole barn burns down. And then all of a sudden we go back into reality and the barn's still there. So I'm like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that.
It could be a representation of sometimes you get lost in music.
That makes a lot of sense. I like it.
You know, sometimes you could be, I mean, we're a little bit older now, so it's not like I'm going to go to the club, but there's been times where I'm sure you've been in Vegas, I've been in Vegas, where I don't even know if you know what the words are, but like you get into that momentum and you get that feeling and you start feeling it. And it's like the whole world just melts away and you're just there in that singular moment.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the way that I viewed it.
That makes sense. I feel like I'd have to be on drugs. I don't know if I've ever been like that tuned into music. Like music definitely makes me emotional. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe I can't recall a time.
Oh, yeah.
Personally.
Sure. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I've been in Hakkasan before, not sponsored. Please don't sue us. But I've been in Hakkasan before where you get up to the front and you're just with that many people that are just vibing all to the same thing. And it just feels like you're in your own world, even though there's people all around you and there's confetti shooting out of the top and all this stuff is raining down on you and all these things are happening. You're like, you just feel like you're in your own world just for a little while.
I really like that explanation. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, that's what I think. I don't know.
Now it makes a lot more sense thinking back to the scene. And now I understand why people liked it so much.
Well,
but for me, it just like went from historical to otherworldly and then back to normal. For me personally, it was just a little confusing for me.
That makes sense.
Also, I thought the special effects makeup was very good.
Yes.
And so then I looked it up, and one of the special effects artists was a girl named Kelsey Burke, and she graduated from MUD, I think like either a few months, 6 months to a year before I did.
What's MUD?
So MUD is the makeup designery in Burbank, California, and that's where I went to school for special effects.
Awesome.
Even though I'm not doing it now.
Well, I mean, it's a very, very difficult industry to break into.
It is.
But I saw a lot of your stuff, you know, from what you did and the things that you turned in, it looked incredible. It's just, I know that it's a very difficult industry to get into. One of my old coworkers, she used to go to the
Monsterpalooza.
The Monsterpalooza and Son of Monsterpalooza. Mm-hmm. And the guy who made, now this is going to be something that, anyway, this guy used to own his own design studio and make special effects for the studios. And he was telling this other coworker, like, it's like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
It really is. It has to be your whole life, your whole passion. And even with that, you're probably still not going to make it.
And you all start as gophers if you want to work at a lab.
Right.
So it's like going from a, 9 to 5 job to something that's, $12 an hour is just hard.
If that.
Yeah.
Right. And trying to survive in LA and do those kinds of things.
Right.
It's incredibly difficult.
I mean, I could do beauty makeup and weddings, which I've done, but it's not as fun.
Fair enough. Well, I kind of am on the same page that you are with the direction and the visuals. I thought the visuals were incredible.
Yeah.
It's where the movie really shined for me. I loved the attention to detail and everybody's costumes,
Oh, yeah.
the special effects, that there wasn't like that many like over the top CGI things. There was a few, but it wasn't like crazy. The whole movie wasn't that way.
Right.
I like the visuals that they got of driving down all those roads that they were going down. Like I could imagine them driving in the deep south and the cars that they used. It really, really went well together.
Yeah.
And I think that they were able to get the story, you know, that whoever directed it did a really, Ryan Coogler. He did a great job of being able to tell that story from beginning to end, but starting at the end and then finishing at the end and then throwing in like a little bit of a twist, because the very beginning scene is basically the end of the movie.
Right.
But then you have to figure out how he got there, which I don't think that's a spoiler,
No.
but
That's really cool.
yeah, I like when
I did like that aspect for sure.
Yeah, I like when they do things like that, because you get the payoff, but you're like, now I have so many questions as to how they got there. And I really enjoyed that. So I thought that they did an excellent job with not only the visuals, but the direction and keeping it very like linear. There wasn't a ton of flashbacks to anything. It was just a really well-told story. And I think that it was just very well directed.
I agree.
Awesome.
So what did you say for your overall score?
I gave it a 4.2.
It's very close.
Oh, good. I'm going to read what I wrote because I think that'll be a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I said it was a great historical throwback with some liberties taken, of course. Lots of action, awesome visuals and music, and a great storyline. I could see why some people may not like a reminder of the past, but those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. A great watch at least once.
I loved it.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you. Maybe that's what I'll do for my overalls from here on out, because I usually write stuff like that.
It's easier, right?
It is, but sometimes I think I get stuck in my notes a lot. And so I want to make sure that I'm being present to have the interaction. And I think there's always some fun to having a little bit of back and forth improv.
I agree.
Yeah. How about you? What did you give the movie overall?
So I rated Sinners a 4.1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I said, I think Sinners had a very impactful story. It highlighted the resilience and hope of the community, which I feel like we don't see a whole lot
Yeah.
in movies that are around the Jim Crow era.
Okay.
The acting and visuals were amazing.
Yes.
And the acting and visuals were amazing. However, I feel like it could have resonated better with audiences who were looking for a horror movie if the first half was a little shorter.
I could see that.
And before I forget, make sure you stay after the credits, because there's another part of the movie at the end after the credits.
It's kind of like, it's, if you've ever seen like a Marvel movie, it's like that, right? Like here's all the big names and here's some stuff. And then there's like a end credit scene. And yes, stick around for that, because it kind of explains a few more things.
Right.
Which I really enjoyed.
Me too.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, did you have any reviews that you wanted to read?
Oh my gosh, I got a ton of reviews.
Okay.
But I'm not going to read them all.
Okay, good.
So I figured, of course, we're starting with our 1 stars and then ending with 5.
Absolutely.
So I thought maybe I would read you the titles of the ones that I have, and you could tell me which one you want me to read.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So for my first 1-star review title, must be the most overrated movie. My second 1-star. Oh no, I gotta read that. Okay. I'll save that one for the last. The next one.
Then go with that one. Go with the one that you said you wanted to save till last.
It's the longest one, though.
I think that's why, but you started laughing. And so I think that's what everybody wants to hear.
Okay. This one. It's so bad. Like, I don't remember the whole thing. I should probably, it's so bad.
Okay, I'm ready.
It really is so bad. This is not our review. This is a 1-star review we found on the internet.
Correct.
I specifically found this on IMDb.
Okay.
The title is People Leaving These Reviews Should Be Arrested.
Whoa.
I know. Who
Okay.
says that?
Evidently this person.
Yeah. Okay. Probably the only honest review on here because everyone refuses to go against any material like this for fear of being labeled. God, I am so sick of people reviewing these crap movies as if they found the next great American motion picture. This movie was horrible. 1. The quote, music everyone is raving about. I don't know where that is because there's maybe 2 songs in it. 2. The special effects were like something out of a high school play. 3. The things that were accepted in the real 1930s did not match this movie. 4. Of course, since no one believes white racism is a thing, then I shouldn't even mention how the entire film is centered around that, right? 5. The first 1.5 hours is them driving around gabbing with their pals for the party. It's so... I'm almost done. It's so evident. The writer and director of this movie hates certain people. I could list things for a half hour, honestly. Just boring, nonsensical, overhyped, ridiculous garbage. The fact I stayed up till 11:30 p.m. on a work night for this should be a crime. End of review.
Wow.
It is so bad.
What do you think that guy does for work? What do you think that person does for work? Because you could tell, like, there's a lot of vitriol right there.
Like, there's a lot of hate.
Oh, yeah. The one I'm going to read, so my 1-star review isn't as long as that, but pretty close.
Okay, I'm very excited. Not excited, but continue.
Okay, my 1-star review. Way overhyped. It was a vampire move. By the way, if you're going to leave a review, make sure you spell things correctly, especially if you're going to trash things.
If you're going to leave a 1-star review, we will read it how you wrote it. We will not give you the benefit of the doubt. If it's a 10-star or a 5-star review, we will give you the benefit of the doubt. But if it's a 1-star, we are going to show how awful you are.
That's right.
Especially with spelling.
It was a vampire move that seemed like it was made for a certain group of people. Trash music, trash acting, trash... What did I write? Sorry. Trash music, trash acting, trash special effects. This movie is trash. Don't bother wasting your money waiting to see it.
I'm so sorry. Repeat that last. I'm so sorry.
Don't bother wasting your money to see this. End of review.
These people are so angry.
I just don't... I get
everyone's
that
entitled to
has-
your opinion.
Right. Everybody has their own opinion. And in fact, is interesting because when I wrote it up on the board at work, 2 people came to talk to me about it. And they both had the same opinion until I started telling them the research that I had done on it. And then I gave them a little bit of insight, and they're like, oh my gosh, that makes it so much better. That makes a whole lot more sense.
Well, just like you told me about that scene.
Yeah.
And visually, the scene with all the music from
Right.
past to present, I think the metaphor was really cool, but I didn't understand it. But now that you explained, it's like they're getting lost in the music.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense. And now I understand why everyone likes it, because now I want to see it again.
Yeah.
Because-
well, I think I'll probably skip past, if we're going to watch it again, I'll
No, I
probably
just
skip
want to see
past
that
the
scene.
yeah, okay. I was going to say, I'll probably skip past the first like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think if you, this is going to be a tough one to say, but I'll try to tiptoe around it as carefully as I can. If you say that things are quote unquote made for a certain group of people, then you don't understand what that movie was actually about.
Right.
And so I think, I think that these 1-star reviews that say that, by the way, there wasn't just 2 songs in the movie.
Yeah, there were a billion songs in the movie, and
I mean,
they were
the whole
all
thing-
good.
The whole thing was revolved around music.
Yes, the whole thing was music. The entire movie was about music.
Right.
I mean, it was about more than music, but it was very prominent in the movie.
Right. So it's just very interesting to me that somebody who takes something out like that, it just sounds like a bot almost.
Really? To me, it feels like, so what about all the movies with all white casts? Are those made for a certain group of people too? Or are those made for everyone? Huh?
Well, I don't want to, that's the reason why I said we got to be very careful to tiptoe around things, because people have different views of different things, and that's
Right.
okay to have different opinions of movies. I just don't give that opinion very much credence with this movie, but to each their own, right?
Right.
Okay, what about your 5-star review?
Okay.
Okay, so what are my options?
Okay. So your options, here are the titles for my 5-star reviews. Technically, they're 10 stars because it's on IMDb, but they're
Got it.
5 stars.
Okay.
Unexpectedly powerful and emotionally honest.
Okay.
One of the best movies in a long time.
Okay.
A must-watch / listen. A musical odyssey, heart eyes emoji.
No.
A musical tale from hell.
Do the musical Tale from Hell. That reminds me of like something from Sweeney Todd.
Oh, also, I just captured. I just screenshotted one with the title, so I can't read you the review because I don't have it with me because I think it was very, very long.
Okay.
But it was Give Ryan Coogler the Blade movie already.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that you know Blade, and I have no idea what it is, so I thought I would say it so you could answer what it means.
Well, Blade is, you saw him in Deadpool and Wolverine very briefly. He's played, played by Wesley Snipes, but he's basically he's a half human, half vampire. So they call him a daywalker because he can actually exist during the daytime, but he fights, but he has all the strength of
A vampire, but only at night?
No, he has the strength of a vampire all the time, but he can also walk during the day. However, he tries not to lean too heavily into his vampire DNA and takes like a supplement for blood instead of like drinking blood.
That's very smart.
Yeah, it's
Like
they
iron.
made 3 of them.
Oh.
I think it was called Blade. I can't remember the second one, but I know the third one's Blade Trinity, and that one has Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel in it.
So would you give Ryan Coogler the Blade movie already?
If that's what he wants to direct, I think he can do whatever he wants. I mean, he made the Creed movies and stuff. They were great, but I don't know if that's what he wants to do.
I mean, that's a very legitimate answer.
Yeah.
We don't know him.
Give
Ask
him whatever
him.
movie he wants to produce. Seems like he's doing a pretty good job.
Okay. A musical tale from hell.
Yes.
Sinners is a film so drenched in cultural relevance and raw emotion that it practically oozes off the screen. From the first frame, it pulls you into its world, carried by the charisma of its characters and the crackling tension that steadily builds. The movie feels like it has the DNA of the era's music embedded into every scene that is soulful, gritty, and alive. And that's what we said.
Yeah.
That emotional heartbeat is darkly, almost violently, contrasted when the supernatural element enters, bringing a wave of gore and terror that feels both inevitable and shocking. The cast is masterful, owning the early, quieter, character-driven moments with such authenticity that when hell finally breaks loose, you feel every second of it. By the time Sinners reaches its devastating, poignant ending, you're left not just shaken, but thinking. It's the kind of film that lingers long after the credits roll. Now, reading that, it makes me feel like it was ChatGPT. Like,
It definitely sounded like it
Yeah.
as it was going through. Because I thought they had a perfect opportunity right at the end to say, shaken, not stirred, like James Bond.
yes, shaken but thinking. Shaken, not. Yeah, so it sounds like ChatGPT.
Right. Because I think that there was a lot of opportunities in there to say something realistic. That's a problem.
Or like
with,
shaken, not stirred, you said?
yeah, I thought that there was a lot of opportunities, like even at the very end, shaken, not stirred, like 007, something like that.
That's great.
I think that what ends up happening, and you even see it in some of the time, sometimes when we're looking at movies on Amazon Prime or Google, you're sitting there reading this and you're like, either somebody who was in the movie wrote this, and because it's got a 10% trash can meter, or whatever
Yeah.
they call it, and then it's like the scenes were stupendous and the acting was incredible. It's like, hold on.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, whenever I get these reviews, I try to pick the ones that have a really good title and aren't too long for the most part. And then I skim them. And I skimmed that one and I was like, oh, charisma, gritty, soulful, inevitable, masterful. And now reading it like all put together, I'm like, oh, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
I mean, it was a good one, but it just felt fake.
Sometimes you don't know unless you read through it. And so it's good that you read through it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Can I read one more just to make it sound like this is real? Because this one is real.
Sure.
Okay, it's 5 stars. Well, it's 10 stars. It's 5 stars. One of the best movies in a long time. And now I'm just going to read the last paragraph.
Okay.
I've watched this twice now, and it's one of the rare movies I would willingly watch multiple times because it's just that great. The best is hearing from others I've recommended it to, also coming back and expressing their admiration for the movie and recommending it to others.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought that was a better one.
that's a really good one.
Yeah.
So I picked the wrong one.
No,
Dang it.
no, because I would have picked A Musical Tale from Hell also.
Shake my fist to the sky.
No, I mean, I would have picked that one too.
Well, here's my 5-star review.
Okay.
Where do I even start? I absolutely loved it. Heck of a talented cast. I went into it with no expectations, and I was floored. My jaw didn't just hit the floor, it went into the dungeon. The movie actually got me into blues music. Honestly, it's a movie that stays with you. 100% would watch again, and 100% worth the watch.
Nice.
End of review.
That's awesome. I like that one.
So I thought that was a really positive way to end it.
Me too.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not the highest reviewed movie that we've done. I think The Amateur was a little bit higher than that, but for all of the things that we've said that might have been a little bit of a detraction from it, I would absolutely recommend that people see it at least once.
Yeah. Especially just with the story.
Right.
Like, the story is so powerful.
Yeah. And hopefully the historical context that we brought up in the movie facts
Yeah.
help bring a little bit of, insight into what they're going for.
Exactly.
Because there's been some movies that we've seen in the past, like Mother or Hereditary, and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, I wish I knew more about this going in.
Yes.
So hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yes.
All right. Well, that seems to wrap up this microsode.
And we'll see you next time. Oh, no. We'll talk to you next time on
Microsodes.